Nestled between rolling hills and dense forests, the village of Eldweir was a place that seemed suspended in time. With cobblestone paths winding through quaint cottages, the village retained an air of the centuries past, untouched by the hustle of the outside world. It was here that Thomas, born and raised in the sprawling city of Meridia, found himself one dimly lit evening after receiving an unexpected letter from his late uncle's attorney. Thomas's uncle, Edward, an eccentric man of considerable wealth, had left him something rather unusual in his will. It wasn't money, property, or valuable artifacts. It was a key, a simple rusted iron key with a note that read, "For the heart of Eldweir, discover what I could not." Intrigued and somewhat bemused, Thomas had taken the first train to Eldweir, driven by a mix of grief and curiosity. Upon arrival, the twilight lent an eerie glow to the fog that seemed perpetually suspended over Eldweir. He was greeted by Iris, a distant relative who ran the local inn. With a cryptic smile, she handed him a map. "Your uncle loved walking through the old paths around the village," she explained. "Perhaps you'll find what this key unlocks if you follow his footsteps." The map was a puzzling array of trails, marked with symbols that made little sense to Thomas. Yet, driven by the adventure, he set out at dawn the following day. As he wandered through ancient woods, his city instincts clashed with the wild murmurs of nature. Curious crows followed his steps, their caws echoing between gnarled oaks. Hours into his exploration, Thomas stumbled upon a peculiar sight. Hidden by thick ivy, there was a small door set into the trunk of an enormous elder tree. It seemed straight out of a fairy tale, and to his astonishment, the rusty key given by his uncle fit perfectly into the lock. Heart pounding with excitement and a bit of fear, he turned the key. With a groan, the door opened, revealing a narrow staircase spiraling down into darkness. Taking a deep breath, he descended. The air grew cooler as he moved, and faint, shimmering lights began to appear on the walls, guiding him deeper into the earth. Finally, the staircase ended, opening into a large, dome-shaped cavern. The sight that met his eyes was breathtaking. An underground village, illuminated by crystals emitting a soft blue light, casting serene glows on the faces of people who looked as real as any above ground, yet carried an ethereal quality. Thomas soon learned that these were the souls of the village's ancestors, bound by ancient magic to guard a sacred treasure. A crystal of immense power, said to be able to influence time itself. The villagers above ground knew of this place in legends only, calling it the Heart of Eldweir. A wise elder, appearing no older than Thomas himself, approached and explained that Edward had once been a guardian of this secret, but chose the bustling city life, leaving the responsibility behind. However, sensing his end, Edward wanted Thomas to decide the crystal's fate. Thomas spent days below and above ground, struggling with his choice. Finally, he realized that some treasures were meant to be kept secret for the greater good. Leaving the crystal and its guardians undisturbed, he emerged from the elder tree, locking the door behind him. He returned to Meridia with stories of Eldweir's charm, deliberately omitting his underground adventure. Yet every night, as he drifted into sleep, he saw the shimmering lights of the unseen village and felt a deep, comforting connection binding him to that mystical place, forever guarding its serene secret.